While I do think that the brand new Google Pixel Fold is probably a better candidate to go caseless than the Z Fold 4, at least in my opinion, based on just the size and the shape of the thing. I find it very easy to sort of hold on to the thinness. I don't think I'm going to drop it nearly as easily as the Z Fold 4. I do think that it's probably in most people's best interest, and probably my own best interest, to put a case on this device. It's $1,800. So even though I don't love using cases, because look how beautiful it is with no case, I'm probably still going to rock something on here to keep this thing safe. And in this video, we're going to take a look at a case from a company called TUDIA. I have reviewed their cases in the past for the Pixel 7 Pro, and I'm going to do the same thing here for the Pixel Fold. Let's look at the Amazon listing here. You can see it is $42.99, and they are selling fast. Only 4 left in stock of this color, $42.99, and there is a $6 coupon to make that even cheaper. That makes this thing a pretty darn affordable case, and I have been using the black case you can see right there on screen for the last day and some change. Of course, I've only had this thing for a couple of days, and I've been using the case from the beginning because I actually had the case before I had the phone. And so because of that, I think I have a pretty good set of thoughts to talk about with this case. Let's switch to the overhead camera, and I'll show you what we have here. So this is the black case here, and it's got this kind of grippy texture to the back of it. It is rubberized, and like I said, it is relatively grippy. On the sides, it does kind of flex a little bit, and that's because it has this kind of dual layer thing going on. This part can actually come out, and this is sort of doing some of that shock absorption that you need in a case like this. And then you have this harder backing plate to kind of add some additional protection. Now, this thing does not use any kind of adhesive to actually lock itself in place, and at first I was a bit concerned with that. How well would it hold on with nothing there to sort of make it stick in place? But honestly, it does a pretty good job of just sticking on there. Now, there are times if I am using it like this, you may be able to kind of push on some spots and get things to pop off, but you got to actually put on a decent amount of pressure to pop these things off. You can see there, it requires a fair amount of pressure to knock it off. So even with no adhesive, it does stay on there pretty well. And actually, I like the fact that it doesn't use adhesive because I can change the case out and not leave all kinds of sticky residue there. It does feel pretty robust, right? Like it feels like it would do a decent enough job of protecting your phone. Let's look at some of the finer details here. You can see the volume buttons there working just fine. You do lose a little bit of the clickiness, but not too much. The fingerprint scanner is right there and exposed. No real issues. As you can see there, getting my finger onto that fingerprint scanner like you might think is possible when it's sort of dipping in that far. Some of the only issues that I have with this case is the fact that on the cover display, this bit is very, very tall. See how deep that is. And what that causes sometimes is when you're in an application, we'll just jump into Twitter and we'll go into, here's a tweet from TUDIA. That's very, very funny. And I want to go back home. You kind of have to get in to where that sort of divot is in order to go home. So sometimes I'll go back and I won't quite get far enough to the edge because of how deep that is. That might be a bigger problem for some people, especially if you have larger fingers. I'm kind of a smaller handed individual, so that might be worse for some people than others. The other thing is that where the USB-C port is down here, this edge is just a little bit sharper than I would like it to be. And I happen to hold my phone kind of like this, where my pinky is going right across that sort of sharp area. So I don't love that. And as you can see, it's not like leaving a mark or anything. It's nothing too serious, just a slight annoyance. Of course, it does come in a few different colors. You have the standard black there, but there are also, let me get the names of these colors correct, green lily, you have indigo blue, and then you have smoky pink, and they're calling black just matte black. I actually think all of these do look pretty decent. We can go quickly through these and install them all on here one at a time. So here is the indigo blue, pretty decent look, a little bit understated. All of these are kind of slightly understated, not super flashy, bright colors. This is one that my wife saw and immediately loved, and honestly, I kind of like it too. There's something about it that actually I feel like looks kind of cool. It's very flashy. You can see sort of a two-tone thing going on here with this one as well. Black is the two-tone on the blue color. So that's definitely a pretty interesting look for certain people as well. Like my wife, that's the one she would probably be rocking. But this green lily is also pretty cool. No two-tone look on the green lily. It is just that same green color all around, and I think that's got kind of a nice nature vibe going on to it. Definitely not a bad looking color, a bad looking case there either. So there you go, guys. Like I said, $42.99 minus $6 with that coupon. Make sure you hit that, and there's some good stuff here. Certified military grade protection and tough Rhino technology. This thing is supposed to be quite durable, quite good at protecting your phone. Now, granted, I'm not going to take my $1,800 phone and throw it across the room or anything like that. So I'll leave that test to someone else, but it is supposed to be quite good in terms of durability, and it does feel like it would be, right? It does feel quite well made. And of course, like I said, I used the very same sort of case on my Pixel 7 Pro for the last like 8 months, pretty much consistently, and it has held up very, very well. So I feel quite confident telling you that for the price, this thing is probably going to be a pretty inexpensive and durable way to protect your investment with that Pixel 7 Pro. So guys, like I said, thanks to TUDIA for sending these cases out for me to review. There will be an affiliate link in the description down below. If you purchase it through that link, it will help support the channel. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.